What you
Why
got to
not the
say
Drew,
today?
man?
Yeah, Drew ain't in this right now. It's you. You the one acting a fool on Facebook.
Yeah,
I
see
don't know
that?
what you're talking about.
Yeah, me and Chris know what you're talking about, though. That's the thing. We both know what you're talking about.
Hey, fellas,
And I hope Chris is watching.
I need to start the show because we are.
We ain't started it yet.
Yeah, we did. I just wanted you to know. I
let's
didn't
start.
want you to start cussing. That's why I said that. It can get ugly sometimes.
Did you feel that? You felt that coming on?
I didn't feel. I don't want us to get Roseanne by Facebook Live. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
Because we known to
Good
say
one,
some
sir.
stuff, and some
Bravo.
people made some racist comments on this show before.
Ooh.
So I said some people. I didn't say it was us.
Oh, see. Okay, you're not insinuating it was me, sir. I mean,
It could have been you.
He's addressing the elephant in the room again. Yes, he is.
I ain't got no trunk, so I don't know what you're talking about, man.
All right, well, here we go. And welcome into the Barbershop 918. You up in here with your man, Big Drew.
Big Drew!
J-Rock.
Boom!
And the one and only Raw Dog.
All right.
We got a jam-packed show for you today.
Pack with jam, baby.
And a little bit of jelly, man. We're going to talk about Roseanne. We're going to get into Pusha T and Drake. We also got a little bit of NBA talk. We're going to give you a preview of the NBA Finals. So we got a lot of show coming your way. Of course, we're going to give you the most in the world famous Word on the Street. And it starts right now.
Word on the street. It's the sweet one.
Amen.
Okay. Woo, man.
Oh,
Hey, I don't like this guy 6 days.
He froze up.
I'm so
I don't
I'm
like
so
this guy
full
6
right
days
now.
out of the week, but that was jamming. That
You
was
like
jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very 90s shy kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
And da-da-do, ooh, word on the street.
The first time that I saw your black. Well, what was it? I don't know the words. Is it Brown
Okay.
You
Eyes?
was about to sing the Ebony version. We're not going to go into that version. J-Rock, go ahead get it started, man.
Okay, we're gonna get into the Billboard charts this week. We had a couple of new entries into the Billboard charts. Coming in at number 10 was Playboy Cardi, Always Lit.
Who is that?
Playboy Cardi. He was on Saturday Night Live last week with Nicki Minaj.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Coming in at number 9 is the Black Panther soundtrack. I think that was because the movie came out, so we got more people buying the soundtrack. Number 7 is J. Cole, K.O.D., still hanging strong. Number 5, Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy. Number 3, a brand new entry into the countdown is Little Baby, Harder Than Ever. He has a single with Drake called Yes Indeed, and he also has a song called Transporters with Offset for the Migos.
So his
Also,
name, they couldn't get no younger than that, huh?
No,
They had to
Little
go-
Baby.
He had to go to
Little Baby.
All right.
And number 2, this guy's no longer number 1. Post Malone, beer bongs and Bentleys. But all this Billboard chart talk has nothing to. The biggest news that's been going on is Terrence, aka Pusha T, No Malice's little brother. He dropped an album last week called Daytona, which featured the artwork of Whitney Houston's bathroom from 2008. It was a 7-song album. I call it a mixtape. But it has a song on there called Infrared where it is addressing Aubrey Graham, a.k.a. known as Drake. And then Drake came back with a freestyle called the Duffy Freestyle. But then Pusha T came out with a song last night called The Story of Adonis, which is the name of Drake's son.
Adidon.
So-
Adidon. This is Adonis or Adidon?
I thought it was Adonis, but it may be Adidas because for some reason it has something to do with Adidas or something.
And Drake's in blackface.
Oh yeah, he's in blackface. Reports came.
That's kind of a big deal right there.
I don't think it's what you're saying. I don't think it's a big deal because it came out that it was for a clothing line out of Canada that was back in 2008 before Drake became Drake. It was when he was Wheelchair Jimmy.
Don't nobody care about that. The fact that Drake never talks about the racial stuff, that Drake doesn't do interviews, and Drake doesn't tackle anything that has anything to do with racial, and then he's in blackface. Got to explain that. That's got to be a better explanation than that. He must. If that's the case, he's not allowed to say the N word for the next 6 months.
You
Just
put him on
just
N-word
6 months.
probation?
Just 6 months.
Just 6 months. 6 months. I think that's fair. He can't say the N word because you can't do blackface and say the N word at the same time. You just can't do it.
Well, I mean,
It's in the book.
he could have been trying out for Bamboozle. You know, it could have been a lot of different reasons. But the reason that he came out with, I mean, he explains it, still doesn't make me necessarily comfortable. But
No, I mean, where was this? I don't know. I think if he had explained this before, if he talked about some racial stuff and said, at one time I did wear blackface, this wouldn't have had that effect. Pusha T went after Aubrey with some fire, man. And I think Pusha T got more stuff. He just waiting for Aubrey to respond. Now, how can Drake even respond to that?
I don't know,
You
man.
talked about the fact that Aubrey has a baby mama named she a porn star or a stripper?
Former porn star.
Oh, well, that makes a difference.
Jay, what section of the store would you have found her movies?
I don't engage in those type of things.
Is it
Pastor
the
Drew.
Is it
I'm
the
going
Ebony?
back 3 shows. In case
Or
y'all
is it
wonder
the
what I'm
H
talking
train?
about, go back 3 shows. You'll hear.
Are we talking about the don't bite the weenie that feeds you thing? Or
No,
what are you talking
no,
about?
you say a lot of stuff, don't you, Jay?
Oh, Jay.
Wow.
The coat off of a white woman's breast? What's going on, man?
No.
Whoa,
Wow, Jay,
whoa,
Jay,
whoa,
Jay,
sir.
come on, man. Come on.
It's PG-13.
I expect this out of a Golden State Warrior fan. No respect.
What? Oh my gosh. The disrespect from not only Mr. Raw Dog, sir, but also from the guy who drives the bus of this show. How dare you, sir?
Sir, if it looked like a cat and it smelled like a cat, you're probably a cat, Doc.
I don't smell like no cat, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You got the analogy, sir.
We gonna talk about basketball later. We're talking about beef right now, and not
All
the
right,
time that you eat on
so
a
right
burger,
now
sir.
with just these first 2 songs out in the whole world of beef rap, where do they rank? Like with just these 2 songs, we know it ain't as many as other beefs, but like if you got to put this on the scale of, is this like at with Nas's Ether? Is this at a level is at the level of Hit 'Em Up? Like where does this
Or No Vaseline by
bridges
Q.
over? Yeah,
Or No Vaseline.
Yeah, like where does this rank? Where do these songs rank in amongst top beef songs of all time?
I'm gonna put it right ahead of MC Hammer's diss of Jay-Z.
Which is real. Please go look it up because we didn't believe you back on episode 6 when you said that.
Yes.
And we looked it up and it is very real.
Very real.
Halloween 2010, MC Hammer released that diss song. I'll never forget that day. Never.
And nobody gave it. Nobody cared. Nobody cared at all, did they?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, he didn't even respond to it, did he?
Well,
Jay-Z said what he had to say, but Hammer came back. He was supposed to go hard, but he didn't.
Well, I don't know, man. I just feel like maybe Drake might want to tap out on this one, dude, because sound like Pusha. Now, let's keep in mind Pusha T 41. Pusha T old, bruh. I mean, as far as hip hop is concerned, I'm only like 4 or 5 years older than he is, but Pusha T obviously got a lot of stuff on Aubrey if he's coming like this, because he went after his boy who's got MS, I believe.
mm-hmm.
He went. I'm like,
his producer 40. Yeah.
How do you go after how do you go after somebody that's sick, man? My God.
Hey, I mean, yeah, he gave
Tupac went after Prodigy.
That's true.
That
He
make
said, "Don't one of y'all got
sick
sickle cell or something?" Yeah,
That don't make it right though, man. There should be some rules, or something.
that is the rule. That's within the rules of the game.
Is it?
It's when it's beef rap, it's on. You can say whatever you want to say to whoever.
Yeah.
So at this point, it'll pan out to be what it's gonna be. But I don't know, man. That response was, I put it up there next to a Hit 'Em Up. Like at that level where it was that shocking. Now, will it last and people will remember it? Probably not. But
Man, Drake gonna have to put Pusha T on the Summer Jam screen. He gonna have him on the debate team, the volleyball team in high school, or something. to get him back because right now, Pusha T got the advantage. So, only way Drake can get back at him is he put him on that Summer Jam screen. But I doubt that because, like Raw Dog said, Drake doesn't do interviews. Only interviews he does is with people from London. He doesn't mess with the Breakfast Clubs or Rap Radar or Drink Champs or any of those. The voice of the current culture. He doesn't mess with them.
He doesn't have to. So maybe this might signal maybe the beginning of a fall. Maybe his sales will start falling off. You never know.
Well, maybe he's going to have to. Maybe he's going to have to go to the Breakfast Clubs and the Drink Champs. He's going to have to start doing it because he loses some points here, man. You know what I mean? Pusha T ain't Meek Mill. Period. He's not.
Yeah. He picked a fight with a real, actual MC.
Well, you can't. If you're going to go to war with somebody, don't go to war with somebody. I heard this on the Breakfast Club. Don't go to war with somebody who don't care less than you do. He ain't got nothing to lose. And he got a project to sell anyway, so you just helping him out. There you go.
Yeah. All right. What else we got? We done with music news, boss?
Passed it over to the box office chumps. Raw Dizzle.
Box office chumps for the week. This past weekend. Let's count them down, man. By the way, Tyler Perry's Acrimonious is number 42.
All right.
How much did it make?
It made $34,000.
I feel strong. It made what? Did you say $40?
It made $34,000.
$34,000. That's the new Honda Civic. That's nice. I mean,
you get the golf clap, Tyler. There you go.
Man, somebody church group paid some dollar tickets for them to go see it for Memorial Day. They was like, hey, we got about 4 hours to kill before our evening program. Let's go see Acrimony.
Nah, and they was just out there, and then Tyler started handing them tickets.
Hey, this a 3-day weekend. We need to get this sound.
Like, why are you dressed like Medea? Just take the tickets.
34,000, man.
Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up and take the ticket.
It was enough. Now take him out. He beat a movie that's on DVD right now. Game Night is number 43. I watched Game Night at home this past weekend.
Oh, God.
Tyler Perry beat them by about $1,000. Okay. I know that's
wow.
crazy what I just did, but I can't help it, man.
Well, you got, and now we gonna ask next week, so you got to get ready.
Well, yeah. I gotta track it now. Number 5 is Melissa McCarthy's Life of the Party. Made $5.3 million. Number 4, Book Club. I guess this is for mature colonizers. Don't look like a movie that we want to go see. It made $10 million. Number 3, still in the top 5, of course, Avengers: Infinity War. Made $17 million. Number 2, Deadpool 2, which was number 1 last week.
Whoa!
Yeah, now it's at number 2, made $43 million. And number 1 is Solo, a Star Wars story, made $84 million. Which, although it made number 1, a lot of folks are saying it's disappointing.
Yeah, those aren't high numbers for.
Those are not high numbers.
So
there may be some Star Wars fatigue, man. There's a lot of Star Wars movies that have been coming out lately.
I tell you, they probably not enough Lando. They need to put more Lando out.
Well, he didn't even appear until like halfway in the movie.
Yeah, see,
can't do that. A lot of people say, why y'all didn't concentrate the movie on Lando, especially after how well Black Panther did. You know what I mean? That would have made more sense. Because, black folks would have came out.
Clearly, you just looking at the numbers, Black Panther was the better movie of the Marvel movies that have been out.
I would agree with you. It got the best. Now, okay, we can debate on whether it's a better movie, but it definitely made more. It's definitely making more money. Black Panther has legs.
It's still probably making money right now in the theaters, even though it's.
Actually, it's not. It's well, this only goes to 109, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere on the charts.
It's got to be bigger than the Tyler Perry movies that are on there.
Not this week, sir. Tyler Perry's number 42 now.
Don't you forget it.
Black Panther still got to be in the top 20, man. Come on.
You got to still pull up. Where's the Gabrielle Union?
Breaking In is actually at number 6.
Wow.
It made $4.2 million, dude. Yep.
So get that comeback money.
Take it back. Black Panther is in the top 20. It's at number 14. Black Panther made 481,000.
Oh gosh. Woo.
Isn't that crazy? Okay, all right. Let's put this in perspective. Black Panther, which is on DVD right now,
It is.
made 481,000. Show on the DVD, sir. Thank you. Acrimony is not on DVD. Made 34,000, sir.
Man, Drew, you really a Skybox. That's like the $70 version.
Ain't
He
no-
got the limited edition, don't he?
Nah, it was $30.
Wow.
I heard you got a mask and everything.
It's made out of
You
vibranium.
need a mask?
Yeah. Nah, I ain't got no mask.
You got a mask. Stop front, man. You just don't want to put it on. You got a mask.
Nah, don't not come back. It's a little something.
Gotcha.
So anyway, man, we gonna make sure we watch the descent of Tyler Perry's Acrimony
and Avengers. And Avengers.
and Avengers.
What you got
All
coming
right.
out?
Now coming out next week, not a whole lot, man. Not a whole lot. The only movie that really sounds interesting to me, and I don't know if you guys have seen the previews for it. It's called Upgrade. They've been showing it on Facebook. It's an action movie. It's set in the future, and basically this guy is almost like the $6 Million Man. He's been remade, and he goes after.
Oh, yeah, I have seen the commercials for that.
Yeah, and he goes after all the people that was involved in killing his wife. And he actually has no control over his body. He just puts his body into fight mode, and his body does it all for him.
Like yours is doing right now. An old fight hand.
See what I'm saying? And he just be sitting there like, you know.
So
That's really the only movie worth mentioning. There is really nothing really
yep.
coming out.
So I went to go see Overboard with my wife
How was that?
for her birthday. Subtitles. Got to give you a warning. So like about 40% of it is in Spanish because
What?
the gentleman who's overboard, that they do. Oh, he's a rich, like his family owns a concrete or construction company, and he's from Mexico. And
Oh,
so,
really?
yeah. So like we walk in, I thought we were in the wrong theater. I thought we were in we went into the more ethnic theater, but we were. But no, it was pretty good. It was just as good but corny, just like the first one. It's one of those, if it's on Redbox or if it comes on Stars, you'll watch it. But it ain't something that you go and see necessarily.
The first one's pretty funny.
Yeah, and I realized something watching the old one again. It's like, oh, this isn't as good as I remember when I was little, but it's still a good movie. So yeah, it pretty much gives me the same feeling as the first one.
Gotcha. Well, all right then. That's all I got for the movies,
So
man.
it is binge watching season, and we have a lot of different things that you can watch. My suggestion is very long. It will take 6 whole hours. But
Hey, I thought we was gonna have Casey Roney Love on. Where's Casey?
yeah,
Roney
she's
Love?
watching. If she wants in, just type in you want in, and I'll let you in because I would love to hear her talk about your the show that you've been trying to make it through.
Dear White People.
This season 2.
It's a struggle.
She gave me a good review. I mean, she gave me a review of it. But yeah, my suggestion for binging is a documentary. It's kind of boring, but it'll freak you out. It's Wild Wild Country. It's about a cult that kind of took over a town here in Oregon. And it was just crazy that this happened, like from 81 to 85. And all this played out over, like the news media was covering it. It was a huge thing. And I kind of remember like shirts and other things and people making jokes about it, from watching reruns on TV and stuff like that. But it's amazing the amount of footage that they had along with what the press had and other things that were available. So it makes a really good storyline. It's unbelievable that it actually happened. So what does Sean say?
She said, "Yes, give me 1 minute."
All right.
I watched the Rachel split. this weekend.
Oh, okay. The Rachel Divide. How'd you feel about
That's
that?
all right, Rachel Divide.
Yeah.
She cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, bro.
Now she got indicted. Like she's going to jail for welfare fraud.
Right, because
Yeah.
she making.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's on the documentary braiding hair, and then telling the government she ain't getting any money, and it's like, come on.
Right. Okay, I mean, I kind of get why she has an affinity for African American culture.
Yeah.
But you know what? She can. But okay, I get that. I get her family history and why she's the way she is. I still don't get the fact that she thinks she's actually black.
Yeah.
I mean,
see,
it's like
here-
you can be white and have an affinity towards African American culture. You really can.
You can, because we all know, like a white Mike, there's always that one dude in the neighborhood,
There's
Paul
always-
Wall. You know what
There's
I'm saying?
always a snowflake hanging around. There's always that one white guy that's always hanging out with the black people.
So, but they're still who they are. So,
Right.
for me, the thing that kind of confused me a little bit was like how many people hate her and say because she can always go back to being white. Well, unfortunately, she's dug herself into a hole where she's losing some privilege. There's going to be a certain privilege that she'll have with just getting the benefit of the doubt because of skin color. But the way she's tan, the way her hair is, the way, there's a lot that she's done that's not really reversible. The fact that her kids are ethnic, like all these different things. It's like, man, I don't know if she can really walk back down that road like people think to just easily be like, all right, I'm white again.
And what's the deal with the baby daddy who didn't want to have anything to do with what was going on?
Would you want to be
messed up.
Would you want to be on camera like saying that you was a part of that?
No, sir. You got a point. I would not.
Yeah. So
But I felt bad for her son.
that's at the end of it. That was the big thing. Is like I really just felt bad for him. Now I started following her on Instagram just to see like what was going, like an update after just being fascinated with it. Plus living so close, right?
Right.
Because I'm like, if she going to jail and people ain't braiding their hair, getting their hair braided by her, you can come holler at us at 10:30 braiding here in Vancouver.
Right.
They're
gonna hook you up.
So, but nah, like the kid seems to be adjusted from like social media posts. But at the end of that documentary, it had me just feeling bad for him. Like at the end of the day, I was like, all that stuff with her aside, I just feel like little dude just wasn't being taken care of.
He's like, enough already, Mom.
Yeah, he was tired, and you could tell he knew some things were a lie.
Hello?
Hello.
Well, look at
What's
that.
up?
Is that
What's up,
KC?
Ronnie Love?
Y'all gonna have to stop with this KC Ronnie Love. I don't know what
KC Ronnie Love
Yeah. That's what-
everything got started.
on the night shift. 105.3. KJ.
Listen. That's what it is. It's my DJ name.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't know I was a DJ.
Hot
Oh,
103.
that's
Yeah.
a great DJ name.
You said what?
See, we hot 103, not 105. Yeah.
Oh,
Hot
okay.
103 jams.
I went on 3 jams.
Ronnie
What
Love,
is it? What is
did
it? Y'all
Drew
think
ever
I'm
get
so-
your records for you?
You said what?
Did Drew ever have to get your records for you?
Jerron had a Ralph Tresman record. She got it for Christmas. I just
I
wanted to
did.
throw that out there. She had the sensitivity record. Not
Yes,
not
I did.
CD or
Fuck
tape,
that.
but the record.
I sure did.
Had about
You
9
know,
different.
Cerrone in my name. I had the Bobby Brown Tenderoni too. You know that song from me.
You had the single.
I had to sing. Now, listen, y'all. Gosh, I didn't binge watch so much stuff. I don't even know where to start.
So let's start with Dear
I'm gonna
White
go
People.
before y'all.
Let's start with Dear White People, season 2.
Yes, I
I'm
was about
not
to say.
getting through it. It's kind of like watching that Spike Lee show that you love.
Listen. First of all, I love the show. Do not talk about my show. Okay. But no, with Dear White People, yes, it's like trying to get through that. It's soft porn.
Wow.
It's
Oh.
annoying. It's annoying because the subject matter is great. It's perfect for this climate and what we're going through with 45. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like really good issues on the table. But my review on it is I had to push past the scenes. And while you over there yesing, some of them weren't as, favorable maybe. You know.
He about the Roseanne
I
comment.
haven't got to season 2. I'm still on season 1.
Okay, well, you know,
Well, there's a lot of, and what I think is making some people weird about it is we've never seen, and up until last year, probably with How to Get Away with Murder, we've never seen this much, this many men having sex with each other on TV as much as we're starting to see now, and it's still hard
yeah,
to.
and it's
for
an
some
episode
people.
where you get to see a whole. It ain't just like, oh, they kissed and went off the scene. No, you get to. It was it was lube involved in everything. It was just
Yeah, that's rough. That's kind of rough for a lot of men. And I'm not saying that to be a homophobic. It's just rough.
I'm not either. So
It's
We're
new.
not
It's new
used
to a
it.
lot of people. Yeah, it's new to a
Yeah,
lot of
no,
people.
because
no,
two
it
women
was
are
just,
beautiful.
but it wasn't just
That's
those
rough.
scenes. No, it wasn't just those scenes. There was other scenes that did not have anything to do with. It was just really.
Been sleep when all this was going on because
Don't watch it with your kids. Is all I'm saying.
I don't remember that much. Dang, Lou. Good Lord.
Okay, so do you remember? You don't remember the part with the two?
I
Anyway,
fell asleep. I fell
so
asleep.
did you
That's
see
why.
did you see the scene with the main character girl, Sam, and
Yeah.
she was having a whole love making scene. Then she woke up and it was really not. It was
Yeah,
her.
I saw that.
That was too much.
That was
And
cute.
then it fell on the floor and it vibrating
Hey,
all over the floor. It was just
that
crazy.
was-
It was too much.
I thought that was kind of cute, but that's just. I was like,
So-
oh.
It was too much.
So, would
But
you
no,
suggest?
outside of the very sexual content, it was some really good points. You know, they brought out really good points. You know, you got into secret societies, and then they went back to where at first the only black people at this university, this institution, were slaves, but now, you know, and it went in there and it was almost, I guess they were like making a metaphor to the country. Like maybe the university represented America, you know. That was my opinion. Maybe I've seen too much into it, but it was like it was really dope. A lot of the stuff they were talking about as far as, you know, racism and everything, and what we're going through right now, you know, and how it relates directly to what went on back then. It's like the same exact thing. Nothing has changed, you know.
All right.
So if you can get past the sex, it's pretty dope show.
What else you got? Give us one more binge something you suggest we should go ahead and watch that we ain't seen.
I did watch the Wild Wild
Country.
Yeah, I watched that today.
Tripped you out, didn't it?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, all of it.
It was a sex ranch, basically. Yeah, they was just up there butt naked.
Weird.
Just
Really?
that's how I'm getting you to watch it, because you weren't intrigued earlier, and then as soon as I said they walking around naked, you was like, really?
Really?
Check this out.
Interesting.
Well, all right.
I
That's
must
funny.
peruse this film.
Do you guys watch? I haven't checked you out to see if you watch The Last OG.
Yeah, that's my show. I haven't watched the last 2 episodes though.
I did. I just watched.
I
I
can't.
watched all
When
of
does
it.
it come on?
It's on TBS, but you can get it on the TBS app because I
Or
think
you can get it on the Fire Stick. That's how.
Oh, see, you're gonna tell on yourself, ain't you? See, black people. We got to do better.
I am very chocolate.
Hey,
And
you
ashy.
get TBS on the Fire Stick, TBS app.
You get anything on the Fire Stick.
You get everything on the Fire Stick.
Everything. So Netflix. Geez, really, you guys talking about what I watched, because I watched the Rachel Divide. I thought that was just a little. She's off her rocker a bit.
That's what I'm saying. She a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Isn't she?
And no, in the beginning though, you kind of feel sorry for her. In the beginning, when they first started telling the story and everything, they kind of focused in on her, and so it's like you kind of sympathize with her. You kind of like, oh, they got you all wrong, you know. And then when other people start coming in and talking, and then as she talks more and more, you realize that she's kind of like a hustler. She's kind of like she's got this. She believes in her own mind. You know what I'm saying? She's got this false thing that she honestly believes, I think. And it's like, yeah, no, we don't believe it with you. Like, she comes across like she's trying to convince you of her game or whatever. But I really believe that I don't believe she thinks she's black. I think she has an over fascination with it, and she's picked this, and she has to stick with it.
Yeah.
The whole, but it really brought to light a lot of stuff as far as how far we can go with that idea. Because of course, you have the they brought it up in the show, in the movie. They brought up the what do you call it? Not transgender, but people that are born in the wrong body.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, a man that feels like he was born in a woman's body, but he feels like he's a man, something like that. Well, now she's saying she was born in the wrong body. You go from being a white woman who just had a fascination about black people to believing you are black and born in the wrong body. So it's like, how far can we go with this? I believe I'm a dog.
I believe I'm a rich man, but I was born in a broke body. And so I'm just going to act rich from now on. It'll work that way.
There you go.
Skybox.
So really, to be honest with you, I only have what did we just do?
No.
Not you gotta have it. I only have the Dear White People for you.
All right.
And my little opinion about the racial divide.
All right. Well, thank you. We will catch you in a few weeks or whenever.
Yeah.
You got something good.
I got a plane to catch in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm headed to Dallas.
Yes, I will see you there Friday.
I will see you Friday. Bye, guys.
See you later.
See you.
Bye.
All right, gentlemen, so that's enough for the word on the street. It's time for us to go ahead and get up into our hood topic, right?
Yeah.
Which we really could have kept her on for because it's TV related, and I know she would have had an opinion about this. We got to talk about Roseanne.
Can I just say for just for the record, I actually liked the show. I was actually a fan of the reboot. I thought it was interesting that they wanted to focus on a character who was basically a Trump supporter. I was like, my whole thing was like, how are they going to pull it off? I've always been a fan of the Roseanne show. Now, I've never been a fan of Roseanne specifically because I don't think Roseanne is actually I don't think she's funny. She thinks she's funny, but I don't think she's funny, which is why she made this comment thinking it was supposed to be a joke. But as a comedian, you walk that line between something being offensive and something being funny. That funny quotient better be pretty doggone high if you're going to be offensive. Because if the offensive is higher than the funny, that's when you get fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened here. Now, they are discussing possibly continuing a reboot without her, maybe focusing the show around Dan's character or Jackie's character and seeing if it's a possibility.
It won't be the same.
Yeah, and I think what they're trying to do is save individuals from losing their jobs, And
I get that. I mean, you got a whole squad of people that are losing their jobs.
I think they says 219 people that are employed, for the crew. And so, that is a lot of writers, a lot of staff, people on the staff that you would want to hope could keep their job. But at the end of the day, it's like y'all signed up for this and y'all knew it was something wrong with it from the get-go.
Right.
And so
you knew she was crazy.
Yeah. One of the big points is like, even if they bring her back, if they think, okay, well, let this pass over and they bring her back, then we need to see the episode of Blackish that they said we couldn't see.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So
I don't think it's going to happen. Because the woman that fired her, by the way, was an African-American woman. One of the head studio execs at ABC. A lot of people are making a big deal about it. I don't think it matters that the head exec that fired her was an African-American woman. What color it should have been, whoever was in charge, have to do the right thing.
Shannon Dungy. That was her name.
So now everybody's like, oh, they're going to come for her. Like, okay, y'all making it bigger than it needs to be. Any executive in her position, I mean, it's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is, our culture has started to embolden certain folks that have certain, thought processes that kind of go in line with the current president. You know what I mean? He's emboldened them. They've gotten very, very brave, comfortable, and espousing their racial ridiculousness. So That's what this country is right now. And Roseanne is just a product of that, man. She's a product of that. This ain't the first time she done said something stupid racially.
She's been.
She's been doing it. I mean, before they did the revival of the show. So, like you said, ABC knew what they were getting. They were just hoping that she wouldn't do nothing stupid, and she turned around and did just that after they had already renewed it, and it was making money for the studio. But they can't. Go ahead.
So, what do you think?
No, I was gonna say it was the top rated show on ABC.
It was.
Yeah.
And I thought it was well done. But hey, man, you can't sign your name on stuff like that. It don't look good.
So, do you in all honesty, do you think it's fair? What took place? Do you think a person should lose their job for a statement that they make?
It happens every day.
But
it happens every day since the dawn of social media, and even when you're working in corporate America, you are warned that if you go on social media and act a fool, you are held responsible for that. That is the new age of social media. So Roseanne she's not immune to that. So yeah, it is fair because everybody knows social media is public and everybody can see it. And you can have your own opinions. That don't mean you can just put it out there for the world to see and then expect to keep your job. There's been a lot of folks that lost their jobs in corporate America because they spoke their mind.
So,
I was gonna say my gripe with Roseanne is that she went and she blamed it on that's what irks me. That's what irks me with.
I didn't know that was a side effect.
Colonizers.
Racism was a side effect of Ambien.
Well, they came out and said that. They actually tweeted that racism's not a side effect of our product. So.
Yeah, that irks me that, whenever, instead of just being a woman and admitting, hey, I made a mistake, I said some things that I should have kept to myself, she blames it on somebody else. And that's what pees me off about the whole situation is that instead of taking the blame for yourself, you blame somebody else for your wrongdoings.
Hey, man, this country gives everybody the freedom of speech. But with that right comes responsibility, okay? You can say whatever you want, but know there's always going to be repercussions. And everybody's, it's a politically correct stage. You can't say this, you can't say that, you can't. Well, that may be true. That might be an honest to God truth. But with that being said, hey, man, watch what you say. Sometimes some things you need to keep to yourself. If you're a racist, I mean, if it was up to me, I would like all racists to admit that they're racist. I would love that. So that I know who I'm dealing with.
Now, do you think that does this start something to where now we're going to start even seeing maybe even black people lose their jobs, like black comedians who make jokes against, Donald Trump or against people who could this possibly spill over as justification for doing things like counting the Blackish or something?
Now, here's the thing. A stand-up comedian versus a person that has a job with a network.
No, I'm talking about if they tweet in the same exact scenario, but just but different color.
Yeah, so, I mean, look what happened to Jemele Hill.
Yeah, because technically she didn't get fired, but yeah.
But she might as well have. I'm pretty sure she was asked to leave. You know what I'm saying?
She's still with ESPN. It's just that they don't have the TV show anymore. But we know
she technically they fired her. Yeah. You know what I mean? Technically they fired her. So it is what it is. So it cuts both ways. It is political. There's a lot of. It's hard for comedians because comedians are supposed to be the people that go over the line. Okay, but if you're a comedian, you're doing stand up. That's one thing. If you're working for a network and you got sponsor dollars involved, that's a different scenario. And even now, because you got a lot of people going to these stand up shows recording comedians. Okay. And comedians, they say stuff. They take it to the edge, I mean, as a comedian, you have to really think about your material. Like, man, what if something I said that was funny ends up on YouTube and I end up losing my job because of something I said on stage?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think we're becoming overly sensitive as a country, or do you think these type of measures are necessary?
We're both. We're overly sensitive. And to some degree, some of this is needed. It's just that we are there's no balance. There's no balance on the politically correctness. The political correctness is rampant. But if we don't have some kind of, repercussion for some people saying dumb racist stuff, then we got a problem. It's just that we keep going to extremes on both ends. You know what I mean? There's no balance.
Yeah. Well, that's our hood topic for today. We're about to get into a little bit of NBA talk and give you a preview of the NBA Finals, which will consist of J-Rock's favorite team, the Golden State Warriors, a.k.a. the Golden Girls.
Don't be looking out the window.
He's looking out the window. He's pointing toward Golden State. He's looking to where his heart lies.
He's looking for that bridge.
So, and they're going to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Really, they're going to take on LeBron James. LeBron is going to take on half of the Western Conference All-Star team by himself.
Bless his heart. You know what?
The only help he's getting is Andre.
I'm picking Cleveland, sir. I'm picking the underdog.
Wow.
It's hard. See, this is hard for Jay to listen because he's such a fan of Golden State, and he will not come out the closet. He's losing friends, sir, over this.
So get this, and I'm switching it real quick because we always can pick on Jay. What's the guy for the Cleveland Browns? I think his name is Demarius Randall or something like that. He put on Twitter that if the Cavs win, he's buying jerseys for everybody who retweeted his tweet, which he got 334,000 retweets within
he don't even make that much money.
He doesn't. Even if the jerseys were $1 a piece, he does not make that much money.
You don't think Cleveland gonna win, man?
He doesn't, and he lives in Cleveland.
And he plays for the Browns.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah. But
That's
so
really
the chances
up,
are
man.
Against LeBron and the Cavaliers. I do give them 1, maybe 2 games, to be honest with you, just off of emotion. And LeBron has the ability to will them to at least 1 win. I see that.
I think LeBron is going to shock the world, just like Muhammad Ali did, man. I think LeBron is at his best.
Let me explain something to you. If LeBron does this, which he can't, but if he does this, he 100%, I will not be taking any more arguments. He is an all-time great.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT.
If he can pull this off, but he can't. So it's safe for even Jordan fans are like, if he pull it off, yeah, because they know they ain't giving. Hey
man, that's why you call it the underdog. The underdog ain't supposed to win, and that's why I am pulling for the Cleveland Cavaliers, man, because I'm always for the underdog. I'm always for the underdog, man, and I just feel like somehow he's gonna pull this off. I don't know how he's gonna do it. But I got a feeling, dude, that he's going to pull this off. Now, I know that goes against every statistic that's out there because, Jay knows all about that. And I know it goes against conventional wisdom because apparently Jay has that too. But I just have a feeling. That's all I can say, man. I feel like LeBron is just like he's just going to will them to it. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to do it.
Well, here's the thing. Injury could be it. Andre Iguodala's out, so all it takes is maybe one other person on Golden State to tweak an ankle or go down, or Draymond act a fool and get ejected, and Kevin Love shows up and just shoots like lights out and really just dominates, and Tristan gets his mind right. But I just don't. That's too many what ifs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too many things that would have to happen because you can guarantee LeBron's going to average 48 points this series, but that's the team in itself.
Well, I guess I was the only one that picked Philly against New England. You guys said the same thing about New England Patriots, that they would just.
No, I didn't say that. I knew it was going to be.
You did?
I didn't say they had no chance. I didn't say they didn't have a chance. I just said I feel like they're going to win. That New England's going to win. I felt like New England was going to, but I didn't say there's no. This is a big difference. Like, I am 100% saying I don't. Okay, it's sort of like on Avengers when Doctor Strange was like, I went and I looked at all the different 14 million scenarios, and this is the only one, and everybody still died, right? That's the way I feel about this. Every single scenario,
Well, I could use that same
Cleveland
scenario
dies.
because, like I said, I felt like Philly was going to win. Philly was the underdog. This is even more so of an underdog, and I'm still pulling for Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, I'm not a fan of LeBron's. I'm an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, but I'm all about the underdog. Now, this guy
Eyes you tell.
is a fan of whoever wins. He's the Don King of this group right here. Whoever wins, that's who he's going to, sir. Y'all know how Don King was, right?
Who you pointing at, Drew?
Pointing at you. Wherever you are, I'm pointing at you.
I think he was pointing at Drew.
I'm pointing at you. You know who I'm talking about. Jay, Rock, ROCC. You know what I'm talking about.
It's only 1C, sir. But
yes.
It's
only 1C. Okay, all right.
It's always been 1C.
You lost the
But
okay.
I'm still sticking with Golden State winning the NBA Finals.
Absolutely.
I love LeBron. He's one of my favorite players. It has been a pleasure of watching what he has done in these NBA playoffs for 2018. But George Hill is his point guard. Rodney Hood, J.R. Smith, Kevin Love, if he's even active to play, they cannot. He can't do it all by himself. I'm sorry. Everybody says he doesn't have enough help, but this team is too young. He still has pieces from the trades that were made in February that are sitting on the bench right now, doing nothing. And this is the Golden State Warriors are like the 2002 Lakers right now. They got hit in the mouth by the Houston Rockets. Everybody's like the Rockets are going to win, but they overcame that in 2 straight games. And so now they're going into this series. They're like, hey, man, we locked and loaded right now. Our best player, our MVP, he's back in true MVP form. Then everybody else is falling into place. It's no way that this Cleveland team, which is worse than the team from last year, that can win one game from this team.
Yeah, we get it because your this whole thing that you're saying is what everybody's saying. So I get what you're saying. Everybody is saying exactly what you're saying, and that's fine. That's cool. But like I said, I'm always for the underdog, man. That's just me, and that's who I'm going for. And I don't like Golden State. I truly don't like Golden State because I don't like KD. That's where all this comes back. I don't like the PC one, sir. I just don't. I don't like what he did to my team.
I don't like Golden State either.
I don't
like Golden State.
I don't believe you.
How's that?
Because you had your eyes closed and you looked the other way when you said it. And you probably got your fingers crossed down there. Like, I don't know.
What are you talking about? I don't like them.
Your actions and your words do not match, Jay.
What are my actions? Please explain.
You've been on Facebook acting a fool, man. Even your friends are like, who are you, sir? Who is this person?
What are you talking about? I'm mad.
The J-Rock effect.
The Rockets were going to beat the Warriors.
The old school J-Rock, as soon as the Thunder was eliminated, you was watching the hockey playoffs. That's old J.
Because
you couldn't stand root for nobody else. New J-Rock, you sound over here sounding like our man Raw Dog when he was said, go Rockets. I'm still not past that. But
I was just doing that to get on Jay's nerves because I knew I was going to get a response out of him.
I was doing that to get on your nerves.
No, you weren't.
Yes, sir. Yes, I was. Yes,
it's in your heart. It is in your heart, sir.
I was doing it to get on your nerves.
No, you weren't. You believe that, sir. You've been saying that all year.
Well,
they're the best team in the NBA.
That's fine.
Well,
that's great.
In other NBA news, the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic signed them a new coach. They got Charlotte's old coach, which is also one of their old coaches, too. So,
did you guys see what the Philadelphia 76ers GM did with the burner account?
Yes.
Wow.
So he's under investigation. And then his daddy got in trouble in the past, too, didn't he? So
Jerry Colangelo, yep.
Before he got in trouble for doing something.
That's where everybody thinks LeBron's going to end up at the end of the year.
No.
Is in Philly.
He's going to Houston.
Why would he go to Houston? That makes no sense.
That would kill the NBA. I'm calling it right now. If he goes anywhere west, it's going to kill the NBA.
He's not going west. He's not a west guy. He's going to go to Philly where he's got this young team.
They don't need him, man, because when you put him on the team, you taking the ball out of Ben Simmons' hands. Ben Simmons can't shoot. He's very
Nope.
limited, and you would expose his game, and you would kill that young man's career. So the best thing they need to do is steer
Them
far
general
away
managers ain't
from
thinking
LeBron.
about that. If they get the chance to get LeBron, they gonna go get him, man.
Well, you wouldn't. I don't think they would, just because the whole process thing has been we're waiting on these two big pieces, and they've got them. I don't think they're going to sell it out for 1 or 2 years with LeBron because they're not going to make it to. They're not going to win a ring with LeBron. That's not enough because you take Simmons out of his skill set.
I see him being in Philly before he's anywhere else. I don't see the point of him going out west.
He could go back.
He has to
go
beat
back
Golden
to
State
Miami
Warriors
possibly.
sooner. Say what?
I wouldn't be surprised if he go back down to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't make no sense, man.
But at the end of if the relationship can be mended, Wade is on his way out the door potentially. You just never know. I'm just saying, but it just doesn't make sense for Philly to do it, and hopefully they don't.
But
I hope he
they've been talking about it.
If he is going to leave Cleveland, which I'm not a big Dan Gilbert fan, and it has nothing to do with basketball. Like, I'm not a fan because of gentrification in Detroit that he's in, behind. But I hope that he honestly goes to New York and tries his hand at with Cantor and some of the young, and Porzingis and the young talent that they have there, and do it on the big stage. That's what I want to see. I want to see him on a big stage. I want to see the Knicks and the Lakers be good again. I don't really personally care for what the Celtics never have, and I'm glad they're all right now. But I feel like basketball is always better when the Knicks are better.
The Lakers are better. It's just they just need that one other piece. They got the young pieces right now with Ball, Ingram, Randall,
Paul George. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kuzma. Yeah.
See what he just did there?
Yeah, I've seen it. I ignored it.
Well, we know, dude. They already selling George 23 jerseys, and it's like you can't, not legally, but it's like bootlegs and stuff going on. It's a thing. I accept.
George is staying in OKC.
I want him to, but if he
He's
stays, I
playing
want
paintball
Carmelo
with
to go. I feel like you got to buy Carmelo out.
Please do.
You got to.
He is hot garbage.
Or trade him for a
washing machine.
Yeah. Trade him for Kenneth Fabriz up in Denver. Send him back to Denver. Something like that. Anything.
Kenneth Fabriz. Fareed.
Or for a can of Febreze. I don't care. One way or another, we're good. We're good.
At least it'll smell better around there. He's hot garbage, man. He's terrible. I'm so disappointed in Carmelo.
Yeah. Well,
I think the whole thing with his wife really messed him up.
He was getting.
Should have never watched Power.
Ooh.
That would mess me up too. And with that being said, let's get into the final cut. Oh, I went to me.
Let's do the final cut.
Okay, I want to.
This last week.
Hey, yeah, please, Jay.
I want to, for all the listeners and my friends that I still have after this NBA playoffs, I want to apologize for how it was last week. That was me out of character. It was the ambiance that I took, and that caused me to
the ambiance.
Act in the way that I acted. So I just apologize for my actions. Please forgive me. I'm surprised he's not using the comb to figure it out.
Stuff popping everywhere.
All right. Okay, the NBA playoffs start tomorrow. And
hey, hold on. That wasn't your real take?
No, I was just apologizing.
Look how you looking at you.
All right, the NBA finals start tomorrow, and I'll say these finals we have witnessed greatness going into the finals. Kendrick Perkins being a part of the Cleveland Cavaliers, that is greatness right there. He has wielded that team to where they are at right now. Kendrick Perkins is going to his 4th NBA final, and he is in hot pursuit of his 2nd ring. I don't think he's going to get it, but he will go down in history as one of the greatest teammates of all time. If you can ask number 35, you can ask Russ, you can ask LeBron James. They all will say good things about Kendrick Perkins. And so I look forward to him being that cheerleader, that coach on the bench for the Cleveland Cavaliers tomorrow. like I said, I think they're going to get swept. But just the fact that Perk is in the finals again, and also Jeff Green, somebody who almost died 5 years ago, he's in the finals as well. So best of luck to those two former OKC Thunder players who are participating in the NBA Finals. And like I always say, winners win and losers run west. My name is J Rock, and I'm from the Barbershop 918, and I'm out.
I am shocked and appalled at you, sir. Anyway, as I mentioned before, I've always been a guy that really, really enjoys the underdog. I mean, in every movie, that's what you see. If it's a sports related movie, it's always taken from the perspective of the underdog. It's never taken from the perspective of the team that's killing everybody. You know what I mean? Well, unless you can't remember the Titans, and even they were underdogs to a certain degree. If you're a guy that cheers for the underdog, sometimes more than likely you're not gonna get it right. There's a reason why they're called the underdog. That means they're not supposed to win. But every now and then, them underdogs come through, man. You see it every year during the college basketball tournament. You'll see a team come out of nowhere and just do amazing things, man. And the only thing that gives me a reason to watch the NBA Finals, because neither team is my team, is to be able to watch an underdog do something special. It's just boring to me to see a team like Golden State just beat the heck out of Cleveland, because that's what everybody expected. I'm always expecting the unexpected. And what's wrong with that? With that being said, don't tell God about your big problems. So your problems, you got a big God. I'm out.
All right, so coming up, oh my God, look behind me. That is crazy.
Wow. Is that Kim Kardashian and the president?
Yeah, they met to talk about prison reform.
And we better get
What?
Right.
That's
we
real
better
life.
Get right with God.
That's real life.
Yeah.
All right.
Armageddon's around the corner.
But that is not what I want to talk about today for my final cut. My final cut is a shout out to my daughter who is graduating from high school coming up this Saturday, which is a really great thing. And she's going to have a bright future and do whatever it is that she wants to do. So for me, when I start thinking about the final cut, I don't want to get overly emotional, but I am super proud of her. And just want to give a shout out to my daughter, Nyla Morgan, for just growing up to just do well, made me proud. I've never had any issues or problems, and as a father, we always just want to see our kids do well, and I have a great feeling knowing that you're going to do well. So congratulations, sweetheart. I love you and cannot wait to see you walk across the stage. I will have a lot of man tears. And so with that being said, remember, hate can't drive out hate. Only love can do that. And we love you guys for listening, and thank you for listening to the Barbershop 918. Make sure you check us out at
thebarbershop918.com. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, iTunes, Buzzsprout?
Yeah,
Buzzsprout.
You get our archive on Buzzsprout.
YouTube.
Instagram.
Yeah, I said that, sir. All you got to do, you don't listen. All you got to do is just Google us. Because if you ain't found us, you ain't looking for us. We are the Barbershop 918. We the best, baby. The best.
All right.
Pull up that picture of OJ.
Hey, that's a look of a killer, ain't it?
Yes.
I'm gonna kill you and this whole crew when y'all turn.
In your mama.
Double mama.
We always posting something good on the Barbershop 918.
Huh?
I said we always posting something good on the Barbershop 918.
And shout out to the Blue Magic Podcast, baby.
Yeah.
Our spinoff, as you guys. You breathing all hard on my ear, man. Come on, cut that out.
Yeah.
And we out.
We out on that note, huh?
No, I got 30 more seconds before I hit it.
Oh, okay.
Blue Magic, huh? Hey, man, I'm about to start me a solo podcast.
What'd you say?
I'm about to start me a solo podcast. Just me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just me by myself, just talking. And just a straight monotone voice about serious issues.
I don't need my own podcast. That'll get me in trouble, man. I'll
It
get
would.
fired.
You would.